All right, so we 30 minutes past the open, and we got a strong bullish trend. So if you trade in this in a market like this, you just want to look for longs. If you're taking a counter trend play, then you want to be taking it at one of your key levels. So like notice how we get here to this 1 hour PVC. All right, this peak volume candle right here. All right, it's a bearish peak volume candle, but this candle has pretty much only resulted in sideways price action. We did make some weak lower lows here and here, but overall this has been a pretty much sideways candle. So I'm not really leaning too much on this actually changing the tide to bearish, but we could see a momentum swing on the immediate. So if I'm scalping and I want to take a counter trend play, then this is not a bad area to consider doing that. So like here, I like that we just kind of took this low. We got this bearish volume here. We got this top tail here as well. All right, so we got this bearish volume. We got sellers trying to come in above this level on the 1 minute. That's how it looks. But on the 5, we got this doji here, and then this has another couple minutes before we actually close this out. But in this next couple minutes, we're likely not going to get that much volume. It's possible, but we'll see. So the safer bet at all the time is going to be to trade what the market is doing right now and not trade what you expect it to do. So like if you get right here and you expect it to do, you expect the reversal to come here, wait until you get the indication that the market should reverse here. So I like that we got this bearish volume. We could begin to push down from here. If we can uh, push strong from here, I would like to get a short off of this 1 hour PVC. Long play, let me see. Into this level. This is my 5-minute PVC. So as you can see, we formed a strong bullish candle and it's carried us all the way into this 1 hour PVC. See, we're not getting that much volume on this here. So if we do run low, this might not even take this low. We might just grab this here. I like that we close into the 1 and we tried to engulf here. So let's see if we close back beneath the 1. If we do, then this might be good for scalps. The momentum will change for a brief moment. But I would be really, really cautious of this level right here. You see this bearish candle didn't give us any bearish price action. Every time we went beneath it, we just rejected and went back up. Reject, went back up. We closed beneath it here. And then we made this move here. So I'd be cautious of that. We want to see it close back beneath this level here. I think I'm on the wrong account. It's my swing account. Yeah. Um. It doesn't matter, honestly. I haven't took a trade on this one in a while. December 2nd. All right. Yeah, on the swing account, I'm forward testing a different strategy. So I should make an account for like, you know, just different entry models, because this is my demo. So I like to play with different ideas here and forward test them. So you see, we're getting this just kind of change in delivery here. But again, how does price want to react to this low? It's our 1 minute PVC, and that's the most volume that we have for today. So you want to see bearish price action follow. This is the most volume that we have on the 1 minute. So it didn't give us immediate bearish price action, but we got this gap beneath here. We got some room to play down here. Still a little bit extended on the one as well. Definitely extended on the five. So as you can see, we getting that rejection from the low again. We closed into it. Now we're getting this. So the question is, do we take the high? Because if we take the high here, then we could definitely be wanting to run back bullish. You see none of these highs are being taken out. And then you get to this level here, which is the low, your bearish PVC, and you're not getting bearish price action out of this candle. You're getting reversals at the low. And so we just took this high again. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jump in longs. I really would rather see a deeper retrace to get long. I'd rather see a deeper retrace to get long. I think this does start to pull. I think it's gonna give me a retrace though. It's just a matter of when is it gonna want to deliver. Because you see the most volume that we have right here for the five. Other than this is the second most volume coming at the top of the swing, but it's a doji, so it's got more of a tail from the top. So it's got like a bearish incentive, especially being right here at this bearish PVC. But because it's a doji, we're getting this ranging market. We're not getting just decisive price action. So let's check the 15 out. Yeah, I mean, this looks good for reversals. I'm not gonna lie. It looks good for reversals. We got the most volume coming in at the high of the swing low, and then this is a wide range candle as well. So just trying to factor in everything, make a educated decision. The 30, okay, we're inside this candle right here. This has the most volume here, bearish. So yeah, I definitely want to see price run back low. Notice how my 1 minute PVC right here lines up with the low of this 30-minute PVC. That makes me feel good about longs from this level. Or just, price wanting to run back bullish because this is the high of the 1 minute PVC. Well, this is no longer the PVC actually. This candle has more volume. This was the original PVC when the market opened. And this was the high of it. So let me actually get rid of that because it's no longer valid. All right, so I like this potential. It's like a fake out here. So we may we may actually get this drop that I'm looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. So aggressive entry, but I really like reversals here. Looking at the 5, we got our bearish indication. Since we got these lows being protected all the way up until we get into our 1 hour PVC, and then we get this doji here, which we've been rejecting off the low, but we get this rejection here, right? We get this close here, and we pushed up, and we failed to really run any highs here. So that's why I ended up kind of jumping in that short there. It was because we rejected again off that 1 hour PVC, and we started approaching the low of this candle. So now that we got this close beneath, we really want to start seeing these highs be protected and get a strong move to the downside. That's what would be preferred. This is the one thing though about taking counter trend plays. You know, I got good indications in the immediate time frame. We got a strong bearish PVC here. We got another bearish PVC here. So we do want to see price start to travel beneath. We're also extended on the 5 here. So I mean, we could definitely see just some sort of retrace. It's gonna offer us some profit, but um, the counter trend delivery, especially when you got a strong move here already. This is a really strong move. So when you're taking a counter trend play, it's like the delivery can be shit. You know, that's why I really try to avoid them. I really try to avoid them. I may just do away with it altogether because the way I trade, the entries that I look for, it's like I get confirmation like right away. Rather I'm right about the trade, and I want to be in it. And it's just like when the market opened here, we had this PVC here when it opened, and we ran bullish, right? I wanted to see it retrace into this level, but we didn't quite get it, right? But then you look at these 3 candles in a row here. We get all this bullish volume, right? And then we get this volume dies out. While we consolidate here, the volume dies out. But look where the low goes, right? So this candle has more volume. These 2 candles have more volume than all of this. And we only made it to the low of this candle, right? So you see when this candle printed, we had another strong close above it. And then we get this wick rejection from the high here. And then we form a higher high. Then we retrace into it again. We close into it. Shortly after we close into it, we get this engulf, right? This engulf takes us to a higher high. And then we had this little 2-minute consolidation here. And then when we wick reject, where do we reject from? We reject from the high here. So if I was in long right here, then immediately price is pushing in the profit, like immediately. And I'm not seeing much drawdown. So this one in particular, though, is like it's a counter trend play. So you're just getting this like back and forth action. I'm not in love with it, but see if we want to reject off this 1 hour again. Because I mean, there's not really any bullish volume now in the immediate. So it can come in at any moment, but there's nothing in the immediate that's really telling me that we should go up here and run these highs again. And I really want to see price retrace a little bit deeper. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Is that rejection off the one? That's a good signal. But we want to see price start to move a little bit more aggressively away from this area. We're just hanging out here a little bit too much. And I didn't put a target yet, but if we were to get a strong move away from this area, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing something. This 5-minute PVC right here, the high. This is why I'll be looking to get in long at. So this is why we'll be looking to get out the trade. Yeah, let me see how this plays out. Another thing I say too about catching plays off of higher time frame PVCs, like the hour or like the daily, the 4, is you'll see price hang out around there a little more longer. That's a pattern that I kind of notice. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, price can make a move like this where, we get this break above it. Even here we broke above it. We tapped and we consolidated above it. But overall, we hung out in this area for a while. Before we got the move that we're getting right now. All right. And then when you look at the hour, it's like you may get an initial tap or rejection, but here we are hanging out in this area for a while. We are getting some sort of bearish price action coming from this level, which is what we expect, right? But notice how strong this trend was and how the momentum just stopped up here. And now we got this long consolidation, right? I mean, we tapped this at 9:45 and we've been moving pretty much sideways. It's 10:24. So, that's why I like the counter trend play in in this type of predicament where we're going into a strong PVC that's opposing, right? So on the hour, if you look at the hour, I mean, we're technically still in a bear market. This is the retrace on this swing here, right? If we go swing high, swing low, this is price retracing into this swing. So technically, we're still in the bear market, and we could see this could be the high of this bullish correction here, right? And then we can get bears to come back in. So that's why I like counter trend plays in these type of predicaments. But again, it's just a little bit more difficult. So I feel like I may just stay away from it sometimes because again, I just don't like all the fuss and fight right here. Like, why are we fussing and fighting so much? There's a lot of resistance. Like, I would have liked to see this tap here, and then we just reverse immediately. We just take off. But no, we hung out here for 35, 40 minutes. That's a lot of uncertainty, especially when you're looking at the way price has been moving today. And it's like, well, we've been super bullish. And it's like, and that's another thing too. You always look like a dumbass when you lose the counter trend play. Because it's like, why are you trading against the trend? Right? So you look like a dumbass. You be like, well, in the immediate time frame, I'm thinking that we should do blase. But it's like, it's just not. It's not working out like that. Not today. Right? But I will say this: the thing, the indication that makes this a bit stronger for the immediate time frame and expecting for this counter trend play to actually work is the fact that the most volume that we got of the entire day on the 1 minute is this bearish PVC And where does it form? It forms right here at the high of your bearish 1 hour PVC. So it didn't give us immediate bearish price action, right? But we didn't travel too far above this high. And that's what I was kind of just waiting to see. Does this want to continue to push strong bullish, or are we gonna get offered some profit here? And just the fact that we had so much volume here on the 1, we're so extended here on the 5. I just felt like we could be getting a retrace, especially we got that indication that we look for. These lows are protected on the way up, all the way until we get to our 1 hour PVC, and then the low starts to get taken out. Right, low taken out here, low taken out here. We make this candle, low gets taken out again. So I like those. I like those symbols. I was about to say I don't want to see this high go. I wanted to see price tap into this 5-minute PVC, but we may not quite get that, especially because we tapped into this high right here. So yeah, and then that's what happens. You get these strong turnarounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Go ahead and close it out and conclude the video. So just giving an example of where to catch your counter trend plays, where to catch them, what to look for. That was a rough one though. That was a hard sit. I mean, from the time that I entered, it wasn't that bad, but just sitting here contemplating on catching the short was rough, because you want to see this right here, especially with all of this volume. You want to see it give you that bearish price action almost immediately. Like after we took this high, then you wanted to see price stop rejecting from this low. But you see right after we took this high, we rejected from the low again right here, consolidated some more, move low, and it's like, okay, maybe we go here, right? And you don't want to go, again, when price closes above or beneath your key level, that first close above it, you want to see, I'm not going to say you want to see, it depends on what your bias is, but the expectation is that price can engulf within the first like 1 to 3 minutes. So you see the first time we close back above the hour here, we engulf this level of price here, right? We engulf this level of price. I need to put this on the charger. And then we close beneath this 1 minute PVC here. First minute later, we engulf, right? And here we get the close back above it, right? We traveled above it for a very brief moment. Then we printed another bearish PVC here, right? And then we traveled a couple minutes later, boom, we're back beneath this level. All right, same thing, boom, we close here, we engulf. We close into it, we engulf. So it's like, it just happened to be such a tight range right here between the low of this 1 minute PVC and then this 1 hour PVC. Really tight range. You see, we just kind of traveled in the middle there for a bit. But this was probably the best indication. This was the indication that made me feel the most safe. And price referenced it right here. All right, we got this move here, and I got in short shortly after, about right here. And we closed beneath this level, and notice we didn't close back above it. We didn't close back above this candle. We got this wick here, but the wick rejected, right? So I wouldn't count that as a total engulf in this case, because we're still traveling beneath here, right? We end up making even a lower low a couple minutes later. But then we come up here, boom, we get this tap. And look at the volume on this tap, right? So we got bearish PVC here, and then the volume dies out. We get another bearish PVC right here that's forming. And they're all forming right here at my 1 hour. So really strong indication. And I just pretty much leave it at that.